Hello there and welcome to CoreTV News with me, Sabena Izuku. Battle-ready soldiers have reportedly taken over the Adoke Amisiamaka Stadium located in Uguruta Ali in Equatorial local government area ahead President Goodluck Jonathan campaign rally in the stadium. Jonathan is expected to be at the presidential rally of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State on the 28th of January, while the state government refused to approve the application from the state PDP for the use of the Adoke Amisiamaka Stadium for its presidential rally. Soldiers reportedly took over the place on Friday night. Tony Okocha, Chief of Staff to Governor Rotimi Amici, described the action of the PDP and the presidency, who might have directed soldiers to forcefully enter the stadium, as criminal. Okocha called for calm and promised that the matter will be reported to the international community. Political thugs suspected to be working for the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State invaded the venue of the All Progressive Congress governorship rally in Okrika local government area in early hours of Saturday, destroying the equipment being set up for the exercise. Armed youths, according to the APC chairman in Okrika, Christian Asifamaka, shot sporadically at about 3:45 a.m. at the venue of the party's governorship campaign. Asifamaka said in a statement that the hoodlums threw dynamite into the National School field venue of the rally in Okrika, destroyed the podium already set up for the program and other facilities in the arena. Wife of the President Goodluck Jonathan, Patience, hails from Okrika. River State Commissioner for Information and Communication Ibim Semenitari said more youths had invaded the venue of the APC governorship rally for the second time and continued the destruction of equipment mounted at the place for the exercise unchallenged. Semenitari explained that the policemen who were armed with personal career drove off, adding that the APC supporters were currently under siege in Okrika. The All Progressive Congress has accused the People's Democratic Party of sponsoring the attacks on President Goodluck Jonathan in Katsina and Bauchi State as part of its plan to demonize the opposition and force the postponement of the next month's general elections. In a statement in Lagos on Saturday by its National Publicity Secretary Lam Mohammed, the party said the attacks by the presidency, Senate President David Mark, and the leadership of the Ijaw Nation had exposed the sponsors of the attacks. It said those who raised their voices and condemned the attacks will direct their anger at the PDP, which the party alleged hired the hoodlums who attacked the president in Katsina and Bauchi State, gave them brooms and a bead to make them look like APC supporters. The party said the presidency distorted facts when it accused the APC of breaching the Abuja Peace Accord that was signed by the presidential candidates of the various political parties, alleging that the PDP and its band of thugs did not allow the ink, which the agreement was signed, to dry before they started breaching it. The police high command is set to crack down on political thugs, miscreants and their sponsors as political campaigns continue across the country. Police spokesman Emmanuel Ojukwu told journalists in Abuja that the force is prepared to apply the full weight of the law on any political actor, sponsor or foot soldier who resort to hate speech or violence to advance their political agenda. He also stressed the readiness of the police to investigate all acts capable of disrupting the peace of the nation before, during, and after the elections. Away from that, despite recent comments by the INEC chairman Atahiru Jega that the number of policemen and women on ground in the country are not enough for the forthcoming general elections, the Imo Police Command has assured residents of the state of its 100% readiness. The police public relations officer in the command, Andrew Enwerim, disclosed this in an interview with CoreTV News. Correspondent Ajibade Awofesho has the details in this report.
Though the Imo police spokesman admitted that the INEC chairman's revelation was true, he proceeded to say the quality of men they have on ground will serve the purpose at the forthcoming elections.
Yes. I think the observation of the INEC chairman is not far from the truth, going by the establishment and strength of the Nigerian police. But let me say that it is not how many you are, but how effective and efficient the number you have can provide in this forthcoming 2015 general election.
He says the State Police Command will work with what it has, adding that it has been boosted by recent activities and trainings.
In Imo State, we have come to make do with what we have. We cannot manufacture or clothe our children to prosecute the elections, but we have adopted several measures to have a conducive environment during the elections. One of them is the training and retraining of our personnel, especially in Imo State Command here. And we have decided to embark on what we call Aberdeen system of covering, the election, 2015 general election. Having identified some volatile areas that requires urgent attention. So we have been able to carry out sensitization program in all the local governments, in all the divisions in Imo State. We've been able to meet with various groups of stakeholders, the traditional institutions, the youth body, the president generals of communities, as well as other members of the public.
He, however, revealed that the State Police Command will welcome the support of other security agencies.
However, we've been able to synergize with the other security agencies in the state, so that where the number of police is not enough, we will augment with other sister security agencies. So in Imo here, we having taken records of all the polling units, voting units. We've been able to identify, the areas that require more attention, more coverage, and then other areas that the number of police cannot be adequate, we augment with other security agencies.
Right.
So in Imo, we are 100% ready to conduct the election, and we are hopeful.
Will go a long way at ensuring free, fair and credible elections. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
We'll just take a short break, and when we return, CoreTV News on the Hour continues. To stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back to the news. For more information, you can reach us on our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News, and on Twitter @CoreTV News NG, on our YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV _ and the news. The Ekiti State leg of the presidential campaign rally of the All Progressive Congress has taken place without the much-touted violence, though amidst tight security. The chieftain of the party, while playing host to the campaign team, condemned the clampdown on the party faithful in the state, as Muhammadu Buhari continues to promise better life for the country if elected into power. Rashid has more.
The Ekiti State chapter of the All Progressives Congress and the PDP-controlled government in the state have been at loggerheads during the week following the death wish advertorial sponsored by Governor Ifayoshe and the alleged planned assassination plot against Buhari in the course of his campaign in Ekiti. Therefore, the heavy security beefed up in the state did not come as a surprise to many. These APC stalwarts in the state, however, raised concerns.
Security situation today is good. The only thing is I just received a message now that APC people coming from Efon were blocked on their way here.
APC is a popular popular party in Ekiti. APC is a popular party in Nigeria. One thing we advise our fellow brothers in the other party, which is PDP, the issue of breaking billboards, the issue of turning posters, that is not the way to win elections.
The Labour Party candidate at the June 21st, 2014 governorship election, Okpeyemi Bamidele, made a surprise appearance at the campaign venue to drum support for Buhari as leaders of the party state reasons why Ekiti people should vote for it. Buhari later mounted the podium to canvass for the votes of Ekiti people.
Insecurity, unemployment, and corruption. The APC is determined to tackle this from the 30th of May this year head on.
As the All Progressives Congress finally holds its presidential rally in Ekiti, the stage is now set between the PDP-controlled state government and the opposition to slug it out come 14th of February 2015, as they will now jostle for the vote of Ekiti people in deciding who will be the next president of this country between the PDP, President Goodluck Jonathan, and General Muhammadu Buhari. For now, the game is on. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Meanwhile, the campaign trail of the All Progressive Congress moves to Akure, the Ondo State capital, where the party leadership welcomes to its fold some Israel PDP members, amongst them Femi Agagu, former chief of staff and brother of the late Ondo State Governor Olusegun Agugu. Here again is Rashid with a report.
Treating the presidential campaign train to a rousing welcome, party supporters alongside some defected PDP members in Ondo State say 2015 belonged to the APC in the state. Chairman of the APC did not agree less.
PDP knows that they have lost. They have lost because in the states where they are stoning Mr. President, those states are controlled by the PDP. In places where he has his own governors, himself and his governors are being stoned. We should ask those governors to explain what has happened between them and their people. What has happened is that the Nigerian people have lost faith and confidence in the President Jonathan government and in the PDP government.
Drawing experience from the botched Walk for Change earlier in the state, party leaders say change is imminent in Ondo, irrespective of efforts to suppress the movement.
Whatever he did not do for 4 years, it means if he has 10 years, he will not be able to do it. He has 6 years to have performed. We are still in darkness.
Nothing, I say nothing shall deter us from moving forward. Not intimidation, not harassment, not oppression, not repression, not any form of tear gassing or even threat.
Governor of Osun State, Raul Faregbeshola, also emphatically believes Ondo is now in the grips of the APC.
We are determined, and the people, by their actions to us, are confirming our expectation that all the elections in Ondo will be won by our party.
How this will translate into victory for the party come February rests with the electorate. Rashid, CoreTV News, Akure.
Residents of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, were barely allowed to move on major streets of the town as the campaign train of President Goodluck Jonathan arrives to town on Saturday. Speaking at the Ramat Square, where the campaign rally held, the president, who is seeking re-election, assured the people that everything will be done to end the Boko Haram crisis and commence the process of rebuilding the town that had been destroyed by the insurgents in the state. The president equally promised that the rehabilitation of the victims of the insurgents will begin, while all the destroyed schools and communities will be rebuilt. He also expressed sadness at the insinuation that the government sponsored insurgency for political reasons, arguing that there was nowhere in the world that no leader, for whatever reason, would allow insecurity in his own country. He, however, admitted that low turnout at the campaign ground was as a result of the security measures that were put in place. And as the general elections draw near, the Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has called on Lagosians to vote for experience, which, according to him, the APC governorship candidate Akinwumi Ambode represents. He also urged them to reject experiment that is being promoted by the PDP for Lagos. Fashola gave the charge at the APC governorship campaign rally in the Badagry area of the state. Kazim Kasale's report is presented from our studio. The Lagos State Governor on his arrival threw the already charged crowd into a frenzy. Speaking on his achievements in office, Fashola says the state has continued to make giant strides in all sectors, including a record first ill transplant in the Nigerian health sector.
And working with all our staff in Lasut, this is the feat that has been performed at home. So it means now that the door is open for a lot of our brothers and sisters, our children, who have never had a sound before, that they will begin to hear, because we will expand that project. So it shows you that our law to support disabled and physically challenged people is not about lip service. It's about a deep commitment about how people can get on with their lives if government does what it should do.
APC governorship candidate Akinwumi Ambode says he will explore the tourism potentials of Badagry and promise an employment trust fund for the state.
We have decided we will give you an employment trust fund that will give all of you access to finance. You'll be able to do that job that you've always wanted to do. I was just given a chance like you, and I never really believed I would be where I am today. So I want to give the youths of Badagry that same chance.
APC flags were also handed over to the candidates of the party with a charge on the people to vote APC in the general elections. With the 2015 general elections in February around the corner, the president of the Women Arise, Joe Odumaki, has challenged women to cease playing dormant and stereotype roles in politics. Odumaki, who was on a sensitization tour, women in Lagos, Ogun and Oyo State, says it is high time Nigerian women started taking the future in their own hands.
I want women to realize that nobody must ever use us as spare tire. We can never ever allow anyone to use us as spare tire. And no one has the right to talk down on anyone except you've given such a person the permission. Our women must be respected. Our women remain a great life wire for the survival of any entity. And we must always have one thing at the back of our mind, that whatever we do, we must remain good example, positive role model, worthy of emulation.
For her part, the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Priscilla Guye, says the issue of sex should not be a barrier for women to achieve whatever she wants, especially in politics. A point strongly backed by the presidential candidate of COA party, Remi Sonaiya, who added that women should equally participate in politics like their male counterparts.
To be politicians. So these are things militating against the women participating in politics.
We want competent, capable women who will be able to stand and speak their mind and be able to contribute significantly to the development of our nation.
We'll take another break, and when we return, it will be outside Nigeria. Do stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical. Women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Welcome back. And outside Nigeria, Ukraine's interior minister has confirmed that at least 20 people died Saturday when rockets hit Ukraine's strategic government-held port of Mariupol in the wake of Russian-backed rebels' rejection of peace talk. The Eastern Donetsk region police chief said another 86 people were injured in the attack. The morgue has already received 20 bodies, while the number is constantly growing, according to Vyacheslav Abruski in a televised emergency response meeting convened by the Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk. And that's it on the news on the hour. Do join us at the top of the hour for more. I am Sabana Isoku, and thank you very much indeed for watching.